Welcome to this week's episode of Primetime Football. I'm your host, Sam Oko, with my co-host, Alex Villario. First off, in our agenda, we have Champions League play. Do you want to catch us up?
Champions League. So basically, the two big games this past, 3 days, have been Barcelona and Real Madrid. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Barcelona did beat the team that beat them last year in the UCL, and only by 1-0. But I mean, it's a result that they wanted, definitely against Celtic.
Yeah. You're talking about Celtic, and I watched the game. Barcelona looked out of sorts. I actually thought that that Celtic would have pulled the win if Brown hadn't gotten the the red card for fouling Neymar, which I think was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous, and it was more out of anger and fury. But if Celtic had played the second half with 11 players, then I'd favour them making the points.
Yeah, like last year they played good football to be at Barcelona, and you said they played good football, and they could have done this year, especially with the squad that they have. They're a very underestimated team. So I mean, they did what they did, but they just didn't come out with the result.
What other games fancies?
Arsenal game. Arsenal's actually surprising me. I'm going to be completely honest. I did not think Arsenal would be doing this well. I guess Ozil was the key to their whole offense. He's making assists left and right. That's really what his job is. That's what he does best.
My biggest shock was actually Manchester City losing to.
No, see, that's not shocking.
Bayern Munich.
Because I don't like them. But Bayern Munich is a good team. You have to give it to them. So I mean, Man City needs to get running a bit before they do anything.
It's more about how they lost. Joe Hart just seemed out of sorts.
Out of sorts, yeah, he did. He wasn't playing. He wasn't managing the team like a goalkeeper should. He wasn't shouting out the plays and telling people what to do and organizing his defense, which he should always be doing. That's what all good goalkeepers do. But he just wasn't doing that, and then everything got discombobulated. So I mean, it is what it is. Well, also the disappointing string of losses. Manchester United. I mean, they did come out with a draw, which is a good.
How can you say that for a team that ought to be fighting for the title? A draw for me is as bad as a loss.
Yeah, but it's better than losing at this point because they've been doing horrendously. It's just been bad. I mean, now I'm gonna say Chelsea and Arsenal are looking better than them, and that's a shock to me. I mean, it really is. So.
The other game that took place was Real Madrid.
Of course, Real Madrid.
That was a shocker. 4-0?
No, it wasn't a shocker because look at Real Madrid. I mean, they did lose that one La Liga game. Was it 3-4 days ago? Yeah. But everyone has their hiccups. But they got their composure back, and they kept playing UCL and coming out with a 4-0 win. Definitely with that awesome goal or assist by Di Maria to Ronaldo for the header and the goal.
Perfect.
It's beautiful. Actually, it looks just like this. So take a look. So Sam, what did you think of the Everton and Newcastle game?
It's a really good game.
3-2.
Everton were up 3-0 at halftime. 2 goals by Romelu Lukaku just rolls off the tongue like that.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. In the second half, Newcastle kind of came back, and up to the last 10 minutes, it seemed that the game would end in a draw.
Yeah, and I don't think Everton, they could have stopped that, and it could have been a 3-0 game result, which they should have gotten, in my opinion. They didn't play as well as they Newcastle didn't play as well as they normally do, but it is what it is. So then Manchester United losing to West Brom and Rooney scoring the only goal. I mean, like I said before, at least they won or they tied the UCL game.
Don't say at least they tied, because they're not even in the top 10 right now.
I know.
Everton is sitting 4th place. That's the team that Moyes left to join Manchester United. Manchester United right now, they're in like 12th place. That's for a team that's supposed to be the best.
I'm gonna say the reason why is the new coach change. Ferguson not being there. I think that's the only reason why. And if he was still there, they'd be doing good. But they still have to get used to the new coach. That's just what it is.
The other game that took place on Saturday was the Tottenham versus Chelsea game.
Tottenham. Was it a 2-2 draw?
2-2 draw.
That's from both teams playing the way they are now. I think I could have predicted that kind of.
It was actually a tense derby, and Tottenham actually looked like they were running away with the game in the first half. They dominated everything. Chelsea couldn't even get the ball, and in the second half, with Mourinho kind of switched players up, and Chelsea actually came back and scored 2 goals. And for the last 15 minutes before the Fernando Torres red card, it seemed like Chelsea were actually going to win the game, and then the red card happened, and because they were actually attacking a lot more. And then
How about what game are you looking forward to in the EPL this week?
For this weekend, I'm actually looking for Sunderland and Manchester United to see how these strings of losses When will they end?
I wanted to look at West Brom Arsenal to see West Brom did beat Manchester United, and I want to see, what if that actually affected, like if that actually just ties into everything. West Brom beating them. If they can beat them, then Arsenal is gonna doing a lot better than I thought they were gonna do. I mean, it's just how it's gonna have to be, but we'll see.
I will leave you with this: the meme of the week.
Meme of the week.
What's your favorite meme of the week?
We'll show it to you right now, but it's a Neymar meme, so just take a look. So Sam, what's your favorite meme of the week?
My favorite meme of the week kind of coincides with FIFA 13 dropping off. The Drake memes about FIFA 13 are quite hilarious because he's known to be a softie.
See, but I don't really find them too funny. But I mean, here's what it is.
Yeah, take a look. Well, that Drake is a funny one. That's all we have for you on this week's show. Join us next week for more football.